Two, one, live. We are live. Okay, so welcome to the Mythic Squad stream. Imagine, if you will, super sick graphics, right? Cutscenes to like animation of the Mythic Squad just kicking the jeweler's ass in duels and in future PvP matchups, right? Picture a dope dragon fly beat dropping right now, like boom, right? And now just picture that because we don't have any of it, and we're going to start our stream, okay? Today we're joined by Ultra Gringo, the odd pet king himself, and of course, Ogre Abroad, and he is abroad. He's in his car. He is not on mute. Are you on mute?
No, I'm not now. I'm locally muted, so it doesn't show on your screen. But
How you doing,
trying to
Ogre?
keep the background noise down for you. Doing all right, trucking down the highway somewhere in the middle of BF, Kentucky.
Right on, man. Stay safe out there. Eyes on the road.
Drive safe.
We love you, Ogre. He's gonna chime in
Be
when we
safe.
need him to, because he's a stud like that, available even when he's cross country. Ultra, how are you doing, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty good. After last week's hiccup on our Tavern Tales stream, I'm doing a lot better.
What are you talking about? I don't even remember it, man. I don't even remember it, man.
I got a text from my wife, and she was like, "You froze," and I looked back, and I'm like, "Dang, it did." And I was trying to figure out what happened in my software.
That's why you always gotta check on the stream, like on your mobile device, right? While you're going, make sure the volume's muted on it, though. That way you can just make sure everything's
going smoothly,
working out, right?
Right.
That echo, though?
You live, you learn. If you watch our first few videos and like last week's video and the week before that's video, you'll see technical difficulties with the Mythic Squad. Okay, so, but you know what? We power through.
Right.
Well,
You
it's
know?
every
You guys are
squad.
today.
Like, there's not a streamer out there that doesn't have issues periodically. Like you said, though, it's not whether or not you have problems; it's what you do afterwards.
Yeah,
That's what counts and shows the
you gotta
measure of
power
man.
through.
True.
That ain't shit. You can't even embarrass the Beave. Go ahead and try. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen very easily. But okay, so we're gonna talk about Starbuck and Mosh just leaving me the keys and like telling me to do my own thing. It's pretty reckless, right? So we're gonna reckless speculate too on top of that. But man, those guys, what were they thinking, right? Leaving me the keys.
House party now.
Yeah, my computer started to update in Ogre's Alpha stream at the end of it. So I just disappeared for a moment, which is fine. If I disappear, nobody's going to miss me if I'm just like gone for a moment and shut up for a while, right? So, but it worked out, right, Ogre? We did all right.
No, we crushed it, bro. I thought it was funny because, like, it was like you froze, but I wasn't sure if you froze. So I was like, Beave. And I thought it was hilarious. I went back and watched it. It went perfectly. It was just like me looking like a jackass, like, where'd Beaver go? It was great. I enjoyed it. I thought I'd added to it, honestly.
I like staying consistent as fuck, dude. Really, I do.
Beave the magician.
Yeah, but the technical difficulties, man, that's kind of like a Mythic Squad thing. We'll power through it together. Don't worry about that, Ultra. But since Starbuck and Mosh left me the keys, I thought we would really just freestyle. We have a few bullet points we're going to talk about, but I'm going to slay some boars here, right? Ultra, are you going to slay some boars too?
Yeah, I got one team set up, and I'm working on the second one now. So
okay, and then chat. I see you out there, KP. Congratulations. Let's go ahead and chime in and just say the team did a wonderful job looking through applications and picking Christian Peter because he is the man for the job. I'm super excited for him, and I've been gabbing about it since I got on stream earlier, but I'm still going to gab about it. We're actually going to do a short version of the Beave vlogs right now. I don't have any.
If I could actually jump in real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I want to throw some extra flowers KP's way.
Okay.
The team also kind of said something there, and we mentioned earlier that in a time when most crypto stuff and most teams are contracting, our team is expanding. Frisky also mentioned the fact that a lot of the people aren't even making full salaries. So what you have to remember is not only is a DeFi Kingdoms team expanding, but KP probably came on board for far less than he's worth because he believes in the project and what they're doing. So even more massive flowers and kudos thrown at you there, KP. I
100
love what
for
you're
sure.
doing. Keep going, brother.
Yep, for sure.
Totally.
Man, I'm linear. I forgot what I was talking about. What were you gonna do? B vlogs. That's right.
vlog.
B vlogs.
Can't do
And so
without those.
I listened. I took notes. I did all sorts of stuff. There was lots of cool things said. I don't have any cool graphics though to go 1, 2, or 3 on the topics. So we're just gonna go 1. KP added to the team. That's my number 1. Okay, and then we're gonna go 2. KP added to the team. That's my number 2. And number 3 is KP added to the team. B vlogs are over. So way to go, way to go, KP.
What else do you need?
Yeah, that's all I really got from it. Also, I heard that they were doing a new reroll mechanism for these new rewards, these new equipment drops for duels. And so if you get one that you don't like the roll on or something, you can essentially re-roll it until you get that one that you want, so long as you go champion again, right?
Oh wow.
So I thought that was cool, and that kind of like opens up the door for future re-rolls. And I don't think they should get carried away with re-rolls on everything, obviously. But you know, if there's like a good trade-off there for a re-roll, or you accomplish the same thing, I kind of like that idea, right? So that way, listen, I played games too that had like in-game loot, but the in-game loot had like a multitude of drops on it, right? So there was always that one variation that was just like ultra meta, like the king shit, right? So even if you had the dope shit, you wanted this certain variation, right? So I love that for the looters that are playing this game. I'm big on loot. I know going after that shit, I spent hours and hours on Borderlands 2, just going after the perfect variations of weapons, right? But I don't know. What do you think, Ultra, on duels equipment? And let's speculate here on equipment. Period.
Right. So duels we'll get to in a little bit. I'm kind of going to be jumping into season 6 now. I've lacked on the prior seasons. You know, I dabbled in it a little bit, but with equipment, I have been pretty excited watching how everything's kind of turning about. I recently found my first what was it? I think it was a gore blade in hunts about a week or two back. So that was my first weapon and everything, and then I decided to
You
jump.
got that as a drop?
Yeah, I got that as a drop.
So how many teams are you running? I'm just curious.
Ooh, I'm just running like 2 or 3, but I barely get to play, so I probably do 1 or 2 hunts every 2 days. So
already?
I've just been super busy.
You've been super blessed.
My recent thing is I just got a void shard, so that's my recent.
How many void shards you up to?
1.
Yeah, but you got equipment. So I've done a bunch. I've got like 5, 6, 7 teams in any given time that I do. Some days lately I haven't been able to get them all done because I've just been so busy in real life. Right. But I'm up to like 3 shards. I think my best haul was 1 shard, 1 mashka, and like 8 tiers or something like that, which I wasn't complaining about, because after just seeing 4 tiers over and over again forever, I was like, holy shit, we hit big, boys. You know?
Right. Man, so when was it? I think yesterday, I watched the floor of equipment go from 1,000 straight over 2K. I think it was 2,500 when I saw it last, and I looked at who swallowed up a bunch of equipment, and lo and behold, Ogre abroad. So shout out to you, Ogre, for sweeping the floor. I was hoping to see those equipment dwindle farther down past 1K. I'd be like, yeah, now's the time. And then I saw him go. I went to check and saw the floor rose so far up, and I was like, damn, I missed out. So, but kudos to you.
Hey man, I was just tired of having to do retries with my teams, so all I really did was just squad up my guys. Although I will say, like, I was with you. I was kind of waiting. I wanted to see it go lower, because in reality, I don't know how many people remember this, but Fox has definitely said on stream before that these first few equipment pieces are going to be special. Number one, the durability is in effect, so they're going to last way longer.
And number two, he said in the future, equipment will probably not only have positive effects, there will be negative effects as well. So these are probably going to be some of the few pure ones that are 100% positive. And later on, you're going to have to give something up. Like you might get more damage, but to do so, you're going to lose some accuracy or something like
Yeah,
that.
and
I see
that's
that being
typical.
highly probable, especially as we start building them out. And we only have level 20 and 30 heroes to build out the equipment with, the craft with. Like they're not going to be that powerful.
Yeah.
I was listening to KP's stream with Brovia, and he brought up something that I felt kind of in the back end of things, but I haven't really brought up. But he's not the biggest fan of all equipment and everything having durability. Along with I, whenever I go to get certain pieces of equipment stuff, I really don't want it to break. I mean, I don't get to spend all that time to be able to acquire certain things and whatnot just for me to take it into battle and lose it at some point.
You got to zoom out a little bit and look at the macro in-game economy a bit. Like if you're crafting equipment and it's good to go forever, then our hero inflation problem becomes even more of a hero inflation problem because these guys aren't crafting and being utilized in a sense to bring value to them and the owner by crafting equipment or repairing equipment, right? So it's in games like this, you need to have durability. I'm not a fan of it either. I want my shit to be infinity king shit at the time, right? Like break proof. But equipment in games like this are like cell phones, meant to be traded in and repaired and upgraded. So
I'm on both sides of that fence, right? Like I completely understand the necessity to keep the economy going, otherwise it stagnates. But I also can respect the fact that like if you like bought that equipment, like maybe once the durability goes down, like you get a special wall piece or something that you can't use in battle anymore, or it just becomes an outlet or an outfit with 0 armor rating, so you can still rock it if you want to in a social aspect. That look, yeah, I got this. It was a status thing. You know what I mean? It doesn't do me any good in battle anymore because I consumed it, but I can still go to an event in VR somewhere that we're all going to and rock that armor because I ground for 6 months to get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, maybe there's like items in this game that are still like that. Like maybe like certain enchantments or something like that. Like certain things that are like OP bonuses, right? Like
I don't know. But the beauty of it is they'll hear us if we say this, right? If we have a good idea and this resonates with the rest of the community and it doesn't break the economy and the team can accommodate it, they will. I mean, they've proven that. And that's just another thing I love about this team and this project. Is because like we are a part of it and they've shown that to us.
To kind of add off of what you guys have kind of brought up, I wouldn't mind maybe seeing a super low chance, maybe like odd equipment to where it's like it doesn't have a durability, or maybe even just having a piece of equipment that doesn't break. And there's a very, very finding a piece of equipment like that out there, so that it's not farmable, so where people who have legions of heroes and stuff can't just go out and just tackle.
What if there's like a hidden bonus that says that like an enchantment slot or something that says no matter or will not break or unbreakable or something like that, so that you can still use an item even though it's not repaired because it won't be lost forever because you have the unbreakable enchantment slot picked or something. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Or one thing I just thought about too is even if it does break all the way, what if you half all of its stats and everything, take away its enchantment slots and stuff, and you just have like a nerfed piece of equipment and stuff at that point. You still get that customization look.
Or like you can just think of it like this: charged and uncharged, right? Like if it's repaired all the way, it's more powerful. If you let the repairs or if you let the durability decline over time, then it becomes less powerful because there's got to be some sort of incentive to repair it, right?
Yeah.
To again go back to those crafters that we need for this in-game economy. right?
True.
So,
Right.
listen, I just don't want to do anything to hurt the value of these crafters because I think they're going to be big time. I think crafters are going to be big time passive income getters, man, for real.
I agree 100% there.
So I think you got to be careful. And I think the team is very smart about this. And I think they've probably already thought about a ton of the stuff that we are just now thinking about.
Yeah.
But conversation like this, I love having conversation like this. I love being or watching other streams with conversation like this. So I just think as long as we, the community, keep the conversation going, keep our hands on so that we know what we're talking about, right?
Right.
Really give good feedback. I think there's all this stuff is subject to change, and who knows? Maybe the breakable becomes unbreakable. I don't know. We'll see, right?
And from my standpoint, we are so early that I'm just kind of speculating off of what we already have, and we have so little of equipment that we're already working with and everything. So once we start to see a flood more of equipment come our way, maybe it's easier to get other items and other things like that. Then durability won't be as big of a issue personally for me. In a sense where we right now we don't see the whole picture. So once the team pushes out a lot more content and everything. 2 or 3 years down the road, maybe we come back to this and discuss durability and stuff like that.
But there's nothing wrong with future betting in this game. Not financial advice. In fact, before Starbucks sends me a personal DM,
Get that banner up there.
There it goes.
okay.
And I mean, honestly, like you said, like there could be different ways of doing it. They're already showing us through equipment, like there's going to be different classes of equipment, right? Like dual equipment versus PvE, PvP equipment. I mean, why could we not have like a quest item of like some magical blade where if you go to this certain dungeon on the map and you complete it, you have a percentage drop of getting this blade. And if you manage to get this blade, you can only have one on any account at any given time. So you can't like go farm 40 of them and sell them off. And maybe you can't even sell it. But if you have it, you can use it. And it doesn't have durability, right? It's kind of like almost like a badge of honor.
Right. I like that.
So do you think they're going to implement like gear scores since you'll get a base piece of equipment with none of your slots filled, right? And then when you fill the slots up, the gear score gets higher.
Different enchantments
Increase utilize like a hero gear score while in these sort of PvP and PvE activities.
I can see that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I love the speculation. I love the talk here. I'm just gonna, in the background, start playing some boar hunts. So I'm gonna present. Okay. Share screen.
Cool. While you're going into that, I'm still super hyped on party hats, and still they are sitting around. Let me see what they're at now. I think 20 crystals still. Oh, 20. There's one sitting at 20 crystals, so I'll bump it up to 21 if I can. See if I can get this contract approved quick. But I'm super bullish on these party hats. Them being so cheap, for so long, the past couple of weeks, it's kind of dwindled down to about, I think I've seen it lowest 17, maybe 16.9 crystal, and it just kind of bumps right back up to 20, maybe 23 crystal, and then drops back down. So until these hats go above 30, 40, 50 crystal each, I'm every day I'm collecting them. So I'm super bullish on them.
Right on. Yeah, listen, they're mythic too. I was like, man, they handed out a ton of these things, right? But maybe they were fine with that because it was only a one-time thing, right? And you had to participate to get them. So obviously the hardcore players or the players that participated were rewarded. So hopefully that, means they're dope. And I know a lot of people that think they're dope. Can you see my screen, by the way?
I can. Yep.
Okay, this is my favorite setup still. I love the Warrior, but this is still my favorite setup right here.
I'm right there with you.
I run multi-shot, rapid shot, one small stone when I have just one archer, right? And
does the one small stone give you amnesia as well?
What the which one?
The one small stone.
Does not give you amnesia. It's deal 95 raw damage to target enemy and enemy behind target if present. This attack has a 40% chance to pierce, 15% CSC, and deals 1.2 times more damage on critical hits.
Okay, because I like everything you got except for the one small stone. I do the repeating shot, but then it's exhausted. That's what happens.
Yeah,
So,
I don't like losing a turn on my archer when I just have one of them. I will entertain that when it's multi-archer. But all right, let's just go with. Okay, I like to lead with this to start the bleed on this guy, but
usually I take the same setup you got there. But the other day I chose to run one priest and two archers, and that I had to go through about 2 retries before I got it. But that was the one team that gave me that void shard, and I liked it a lot. So I tried with the warriors, and I have not done good with warriors. So
right, look, you're going to experience my ADD, and sometimes the audio is coming in robotic. I hope it's not like that on stream. I don't think it is because they'd be saying something. But let's see here.
Johnny says hats are game changer for bald heroes. True.
Oh, for sure. Especially this one with the goofy antennas and lack of hair. Just bang.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm just saving mana here. I was going to do rapid shot, but we'll wait.
So yeah,
double crits, baby. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just over heal my knight.
Put some music in.
Personally, I got 2 squads, and sorry, I was inside the gas station dark summoning myself, and I figured you guys didn't want to be with me there. But I run a knight and 2 archers, 2 squads of that. That's like my go-to. And now with the weapons, like those suckers can't lose.
Gosh, I'm a little afraid to send my heroes through without some heals. I've always been big on having a heal in my a healer within my ranks when it comes to games.
So now I do this because there is a chance to hit multiple targets in days, right?
Sometimes I skip over the what is it? The first that first ability for the archer. Sometimes I just skip over it.
Yeah,
and just
I do too. I do the small stone instead of it sometimes. All right, miss. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. High agility. High agility. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and save dude's life real quick. Crit. Let's go.
If anyone else decides to go down the road I did, especially if you get a whole bunch of boar gear, I mean, whether you get a staff for your priest and 2 swords for a warrior and a knight or whatever, you have the added advantage of causing that bleed. Personally, with the archers and their multi-shot, I don't know. It just, the bleed is definitely working well right now.
I've been hoping to see the bows for them to come down in price a little bit, because I think they've been sitting right around 3K. I think recently they dropped down to like 2,500 crystal.
Yeah, they were up there. I won't say they were over 3K. Once I saw them come down into the mid to low 2s, that's why I just jumped on them. I only got 3 at first, but I was like, man, I'm going to leave an archer out. I got to get that 4th. So I went a little higher on that last one. But
right. But, there's also so little equipment that I'm sorry, weapons. There's so little weapons that are out there right now in the marketplace and everything. And there's not enough for all the players that we already currently have in DFK. So definitely a great price that they're at right now.
Oh, 100%. And I mean, archers seem to be everybody's favorite. Like, I haven't seen very many teams that don't have at least one archer on them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like the most popular one that I think people are probably selling the least.
I personally think that they might come out with a caster for the next hero class that is able to do some PvE, only because they like to be very balanced with what they do, and we need another caster out there after they've already given us the knight and warrior, and the priest is the only caster we have. What do you guys think of that?
Sorry, I had a truck
I'm
going by.
sorry.
Let Beave go.
I'm elbows deep in these boars' butts right now, dude.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it, then you got right now we have 3 different sets, right? We have 2 melee / tanks, 1 caster, and 1 ranged. So in my mind, it's definitely either going to be a ranged or a caster. I could see them going caster just because they're probably looking at the staffs and going, okay, well, there's nothing to support that. We'll probably create something to support that just because that's the way they build the economy. But then again, they may have also decided previously that like it was going to be something like pirate because everybody knows about the archer, so they want like some other long range. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. There's definitely some possibilities. I think it's like of the 3, I'm thinking either wizard, thief, or pirate. It's one of those.
I have a feeling it's going to be wizard. And personally, the way I kind of see it is casters are already kind of that ranged hero class as well. But I also know that archers and pirates are more of that melee range kind of thing. But there's only 2 of those within our basic hero classes. Everybody else is either melee or casters. So pirates, I feel like, might be waited until the end.
Now that depends. Would you consider like Dragoon and Berserker ranged because they're not just single slot, like they should be able to punch back to that second position. And then you also have Spellbow, but that's probably going to come later.
Right. So and I'm figuring they're going to. I'm figuring that they're going. Oh well, yeah, I could see Legionnaire kind of reaching to other behind the ranks, I should say. But I think that I personally feel like they're gonna stick with all the basics first, get through all of them, and then go up to advanced, and just because how they're building it all. But I thought word on the street was that they had been working on Wizard for a long while. So I'm hoping that they've really worked out the kinks there, and now that Workhorse is in the ranks of Kingdom Studios, I'm hoping to see that maybe these classes start to get pushed out a little bit faster now. So
yeah, and that's a very valid point. If I could kind of roll back to where we were, threw some extra flowers at KP for most likely taking a position of passion, getting some sort of remuneration, but probably not what he's worth. Workhorse is in that same boat, so flowers to him for that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Mythic Pants vibes, yo. Mythic Pants vibes.
Go for
Mythic Pants! Let's get them.
Tiers.
There's 11 tiers in there. You just don't see that last one.
Wiping that one away with your tissue?
Yeah, I might even take a smoke break after that loot haul.
You're 1-0 away from the 100 tier reward.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. I'll show you when I do. All right, I don't even remember what this group is.
Has anybody pulled that yet?
What's that?
100 tiers?
Yeah.
I have not.
Have you heard of anybody? I'm not even aware of anybody hitting it yet.
What? What is this? I didn't even play this, huh? Why is this here?
Defeat.
Oh. That's some bullshit.
Wait, no. You can retry it now. What the hell are you doing? Wait, what's going on here?
Countdown expired. What is this all about?
Just X out of it. I've seen a little funkiness like that before. It's just, go back in. You might need to refresh.
Okay.
It goes away.
Kupo said that he saw somebody on Twitter got the 100K.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think it was somebody. I think it was Hodolin.
Nice.
Hodolin.
Oh.
Well, kudos to them.
Oops. Oh, I'm fumbling here. Let's see.
You know, it'd be really cool. It's something that I got from another game, Undead Blocks. They have their max prize is like a Z pack of 100 gold Z bucks, whatever, and they have a guarantee that it drops once a day. I think that'd be neat to do for DFK as well. That way, like, we know we're all competing, and somebody's going to get that 100K every single day. It wouldn't really upset the economy of the game too much, I don't think. But it'd be nice, cool, right?
Yeah, it'd be a nice reward for everybody to try to strive for that and everything. So keep everything.
Plus, it benefits those of us that are participating in the beginning, because if there's 500 people participating now, you have a 1 in 500 chance. Where a year from now, we might have 20,000 people, so you got a 1 in 20,000 chance of getting it.
True, definitely true. So, question for you guys, and also for people in chat, for land coming out for Crystal Vale. Are they still doing PJ tournaments as the way that they're going to release land?
I hope so, because I got almost 30 from my squad coming to help the Mythic Guild get some land.
Oh shit! I think I only have 2 PJ heroes. One of them is my Gen 0. So
yeah, I was that crazy fucker that at the time I had probably like 200 heroes, and I sent all of them.
Damn.
I sent every single hero I had on that thing.
PJ, when Perilous Journey happened, I was not able to have heavily invested in heroes. I think I probably had like 2 or 3, and I was like sitting there, and I'm like, it cost me so much money to get these heroes. I don't want to lose them now. Like, I didn't send anything, so I missed out on the initial journey. But
I mean, that was common for a lot of people that weren't there from like Jump Street. A lot of people had that dilemma of like, okay, well, I just bought in a bunch of these. Like, what do I want to do? I mean, but it goes back to my philosophy of the more different aspects you play of this game, the more you will succeed. The more likely you are to succeed anyways. No guarantees ever, of course. But the more you do, like you play in duels, you're getting to those raffle tickets, you're getting more free stuff that helps you win PvE battles, helps make your heroes level up faster and be better at professions. Like, it helps you all over the game, the more aspects you play, I think. But you don't have to, right? I mean, that's just like the hardcore grinder's opportunity. But you can have fun just playing duels or just playing PvE if that's your jam.
Right. I do like that there's a bunch of different aspects that you can play within DeFi Kingdoms, and it's just going to expand more and more as more and more features come out. So my favorite has to be the pets. I mean, much odd pets as I can. A couple months ago was super fun, and then Boar Hunts came out, and I turned around and I'm like, I'm lacking in heroes, but no regrets.
So I was kind of like pipe dreaming a little bit the other day. Maybe a little bit right now. But I know there's a lot of people out there that are really good with graphics. I'm curious if we have people out there that are good with like Blender and Unreal Engine or Unity. Because we may or may not know some people that forked Harmony, that like were building on Harmony and got tired of it. So they have forked Harmony, and then mainnet is now live. And they're just kind of running it. It's just a bunch of devs that created games on Harmony, and they got frustrated, and so they forked it.
Pushed that, didn't I?
What's up?
I really pushed that, didn't I?
Gosh, 5 HP.
That's what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. My knight's got 5 HP. I passed on healing him, hoping that he would block one of those things, and he did.
He's got to stay focused on the Boar Hunts, because if not, you're trying to talk, and
sorry,
it's hard to do both.
Nice. Sorry, I can't even really look. I'm holding the phone to my ear because I'm sitting on a gas station. It's all loud out here. But bottom line, I don't know. I had a cool idea of basically, if we got somebody who could graphically port the different genetics, physical attributes of the characters into a 3D VR, all they would have to do is just create all of the individual graphics and then
you could port your NFT into a 3D VR environment on this third chain, and we just create like a bunch of little mini games where you can choose your favorite area or your favorite NFT hero that you own, bring it over, and it becomes your avatar. And now all three of us, instead of hanging out in Discord or whatever, we're hanging out in a little 3D VR room and playing some mini games together and just hanging out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that'd be a pretty dope idea.
I know Frisky Fox is hinted toward, but have you guys watched the movie Ready Player One?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Who hasn't?
That is what kind of has kept me super bullish on DeFi Kingdoms, because I'm like, I would love to see that and be able to go, especially like our merch shop and everything, for you to VR be in game and stuff, and to order stuff and it just show up at your house. Like, all of that is so cool, and be able to cross chain and with other games and everything, and tease, like, it's gonna be.
Well, and the beautiful part of that is, like, the team doesn't even necessarily have to build that, right? Like, they're building all the logic for the game. We could create a 3D VR user interface that connects to those contracts. Like, I've already kind of had this conversation with the team, because this is something I want to do, just to create a separate user interface to where you can go to the website if you want, or you can come to this virtual world and run your heroes and actually like play them in VR to a certain extent, and run around downtown Serendale and Crystal Vale in the castles and go to the NPCs and see the other characters like you were playing Elder Scrolls Online or something like that.
Yeah. Right. That'd be so fun. I'd love it. But then I wouldn't know what hero to choose after out of the 500 or 600 heroes I got.
So, I mean, you got to form your squad, mate.
True. Pick and choose what I want. So.
Yep, right. I mean, maybe for this quest you choose a certain squad, and then the next day you show up with a new avatar and leading a different squad.
Right. Well, also too, with the way the team is kind of building out the game, and where they're also saying not every hero is going to be able to do everything. You're going to have your heroes where you're going to want to go out and quest, but you also have like the crafting heroes that you guys are building on and building stocking up on, to where they're pretty much going to be working and crafting and repairing stuff on the side. And then you have your commons probably just going out on expeditions where they're going to be like the gatherers of items and supplies for you. So as more features roll out, I'd really like to see a lot more diversity in where you're going to be placing your heroes and how they're going to be kind of tied up. And then, I might have 500 heroes sitting around and I can kind of send them all on quests right now, but eventually that number will dwindle down, since I'll have certain heroes doing certain things, and they're all kind of going to be tied into their own area of expertise, I should say.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you there. Like, and not everybody will have all that, right? We're the OGs. They're going to have this full suite. So we're going to have the farmers to put out their squads that we can put out to run duels, while we also have our main teams for PvE, PvP. But new people coming in 2-3 years from now might just buy 3 heroes to PvP with, right? And then they rely on us, who are the farmers, to get all those materials that they end up buying, so they can just buy their health and mana potions and stamina potions, because they're not running around and doing all that, right? They came later. They just want to be able to play League of Legends, right? Which is basically where we end up going, or Pokemon, with their heroes on their main team that they buy. And I think that's the long run where we go. There will definitely be some people who are just consumers buying into this awesome ecosystem and supporting the farmers like us that have been around for day one. That's 5 years from now where I see this game.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I do hope that at one point, I think I heard on AMA that somebody asked if the Halloween skins would be purchasable later, like in game, and I think the team kind of hinted towards like a big maybe, and I was really hesitant as to wanting to see that happen.
I mean, I could see them have it being a recurring thing, like every Halloween they do this.
That's fine.
Now, are you
like
envisioning like being able to buy a special potion and it changes your skin color or something? Like, is that what's concerning you? Because I can see that being problematic, but I doubt the team would ever do something like that. Like, they're going to leave it to RNG and allow it to be kind of scarce, I would imagine. But just like with party hats, like maybe next year at the 3-year celebration, they'll give out some more party hats, but it'll be far fewer in number. And they might even be slightly different and not as cool. Like, they're just rare party hats with 2 slots,
Yes.
not mythic with 3 slots or something.
oh gosh, Beave got trampled. To go off your point, Ogre, I wasn't particularly thinking of a mutatable potion, but I actually kind of like that thought. Maybe your hero takes a potion, and maybe if it wasn't brewed right, he dies or something. But if it was brewed right, maybe you get a limited edition skin, and it mutates him somehow. That'd be pretty cool. What I was thinking was maybe they would come out with like a skin, like a skin. I don't want to say skin store. That sounds kind of odd, but where you can just go into the skin that you want, and then you'll be able to add it to your heroes. But now that I said that, I do remember Frisky Fox saying that all the skins are pretty much built into the genes of the heroes, so that's not going to really be possible. So,
well, not sure.
mutable
They've done
potion,
gene
that'd be
rerolls
really-
before.
Say it again.
They've done gene rerolls before. They had to do that to get rid of the tainted genes. So
They
it's
just
definitely something that they're capable of and have proven that they could do and have done.
they just added the Halloween skins too. So
Right. Well, to kind of go off the point that I just brought up from what you said, Ogre, having a mutatable potion, I kind of like that thought of eventually putting that in the alchemy of maybe trying to get some different variations over time. Once they come out with other things and stuff, I wouldn't mind seeing the skins return on a recurring holiday basis kind of thing. That'd be nice. Just not something that you're able to obtain just on a regular day, So I love event oriented stuff. Like that was really cool what they did with the Halloween stuff. I'd love to see what they do with Christmas. Maybe not this year, but in future events. So future years ahead of us.
yeah,
Well,
that
the
would be
team's
cool.
pretty good.
No, I'm all about limited time events with limited time cosmetics. I don't think you really need to do a whole ton to get people excited, especially if it's limited time offers. Limited
True.
time offers always increase in value as time goes on. And
Yep.
if just participating allows you to stack a few of these, now I hope they get more creative with their limited time events. But for now, and the fact that they pushed those skins out for Halloween was encouraging as fuck to me, because
Hell
I'm
yeah.
into the shit. They know it's important to us. I thought it went well. No, I thought it probably was thrown together a bit at the last minute, but it still went well because the idea's there. They implemented it. They've shown us that they can do it. So I think we'll get more exciting things as far as limited time uh, items and loot drops and whatnot.
True.
Definitely, and that's something to keep in mind. Like each one of these things they're building for the first time, but it's a smart contract. So now that they have it built, it's much easier for them to whip it out later to compound with something else and make it cooler, like you said, or very
Yeah.
quickly on the fly, just be like, all right, well, cool, we're gonna do some Christmas hats now. They need Second Best Dad to draw up some cool artwork, which he is obviously very capable of. And then poof, same smart contract, just mints a different NFT with a different smart contract behind it, and you're done. So I think that you're right there, Beeve, that as this goes on, it's going to get more and more exciting because their toolkit of cool shit they can drop on us and put together to make something new and unique is just going to grow over
For
time.
sure, for sure.
True. And I think the community really rallied behind this Halloween event to the point that I'm hoping it surprised the team as to how great it went, in showing them that more holiday themed events like this could be really big, garnering a lot of excitement and everything. I don't know if you guys ever played World of Warcraft, but anytime you had a major holiday come through, let's say Halloween or Christmas, the entire all the villages, all of the main cities and stuff, they got an overlay where you have basically the holiday theme come through. So for Christmas, you'd have Christmas lights pop up and everything. People had Christmas hats that you could wear around, and they had Christmas trees in the game. Be able to see like a Christmas tree and Christmas lights pop up in the marketplace would be really cool. And then eventually you have do Halloween where you have the Gorge show up and they're just in the marketplace and everything, and that'd be really nice.
They've definitely done that in the past. I don't know if they did it last year, but I know the first year, like, they definitely changed the graphics. I want to say for winter / the holidays, they had something special. It's hard to remember though, but yeah, I mean that's great because it's not only good just for a change in scenery. It's those little things that cause people to come back, right? Why do you come back and check in with the game every day? Just more cool little stuff for people to do that might not be for me, it might not be for you, but Beef loves it. It brings Beef back every day, right? Where you come back every day because you're trying to hit your boar hunts, right? And I'm trying to do all of my professions. Like that's, like you said, and then we brought it up before. It's like there's so many different ways to play the game. It can appeal to many different people.
True.
I come back for all of you guys. That's what keeps me here.
Fucking A, right?
I'm gonna go for Second Life Dark Knight Summoner in a second.
Get it.
Just gotta buy a stone real quick. Freestyling. I'm freestyling. Always.
Go for that, and I'll do this one boar hunt I got ready. I'm trying to set up another one, but my DFK helper bot has sniped my level 10 heroes already. So
I hate it when that happens. I don't even try and play with that account
just
anymore.
Start the hunt. You just start the hunt and then resume it. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I went to set up a second one to where it was on pause pretty much, but I couldn't set up another one because they all got eaten up already. So,
right.
Can you like pause it with helper to be like, I want from like this period to this period them not to go on a quest and only run during like these 16 hours of the day or something like that for these 6 heroes?
That's a good question for Huff or Sticks. They're better versed than I am with that, but I'm pretty sure you can do just about anything.
I was gonna say, I thought that Z had built it in where you could do cool shit like that. So where you could run them, so they'll get 2 runs throughout the night and then stop at like the morning. By the time you get done with work or your afternoon, they'll be full of stamina and you can rock them that evening.
Yeah, Maddie confirms that Helper does that.
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going to rip this summons real quick. Am I still sharing screen? Did you guys just watch me fumbling around here?
Yeah, we were watching you.
Okay, cool.
I've been driving, man. I'm not seeing the screen at all.
Okay.
I'm really going for the purple hair here. You know. All right.
Have you ever tried to get any elite appendages?
Have I?
Yeah.
On purpose, no. Have I on accident? Yes. I listen. I like them. I'm big on cosmetics. I just went hard into traits, subclasses, stat monsters, that kind of stuff.
Those are going to give you the best PvP and PvE
well,
experiences.
I'm also planning on future betting. You know, like stacking things that not a lot of people have. It's kind of like the Mythic Squad mantra, period. You know, theory crafting dope builds that are subject to change at any moment, but just stacking a bunch of them. You know. So.
Yep. I'm still so curious on what those gold eggs are going to be. I really thought they were going to be mounts, but I don't believe that will be the case. But we'll see how that.
They're all going to be beavers, dude. It's just going to be a bunch of different beaver variations.
We need an ultra beaver.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Skiller, for the mythic vibes. Appreciate it. Sorry. I can't see you guys, so if I interrupt you, it's not because I'm rude. It's because I'm unaware. All right, Mythic Vibes. Imagine the Mythic Squad song playing right now.
Hey, and speaking of which, what up to all the crew out there in the comment section? I'm sorry I can't read chat because I'm driving, but mad love to all of you. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Let's see. Mythic vibes. Second life vibes. Let's go. Regular vigor stone because of the second life chance, and it will work good with last stand too. Got the dark
Mythic
Knight.
vibes.
Got the man bun Dark Knight. Okay.
Mythic vibes.
Very nice, very nice. Purple. Purple Dark Knight.
Oh, come in. Show me second life. Show me second life.
Screw you.
Balcony's good. Okay. Let's just rip the bandit off. Ooch. Ooch days. Nathan. Oh.
Right.
I can't see it, but that doesn't sound good.
I should
That's
just
a big old
I should just donate this to the Jewelers Guild on stream right now. I'll do it later. We'll do it later. All right, that was the whole show right there. We'll wait for cooldown and then we'll burn them eventually, maybe, depending on how your stat growth is. Let me get back to controlling some shit here.
What is your favorite craftable or crafting profession to come out?
You know, probably a bit too early on this, but because I like I probably like armor more than anything. Armor smithing more than anything.
Armor smith.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm into magic, the enchanting, the alchemy, all that kind of stuff sounds pretty cool too.
My favorite's the one I have, heroes with blue and matching, matching essence or whatever. What am I thinking of?
That like pure crafters, pretty much.
Have you tried to present screen yet, Ultra?
Oh, let me do that now.
Okay.
What's yours, Ultra?
I am loving Goldsmith, but I have no idea what that will entail. So
probably gold.
So here's a little bit of a question for you, because they already said like you're not just going to be able to craft a sword. You're going to have to craft like a pommel and a blade and all this other stuff. So how many different heroes do you think it's going to take? Like how many different professions, crafting professions, to make like a piece of armor or a sword or something like that? Like I'm thinking at least 2 or 3.
Say what again? How much what?
How many? Well, so they've spoken about in the past that you're not just going to be able to take a crafter and just like with some fish and swift thistle, like you're not just going to make a sword. You're going to have to make like the pommel of a sword, and then you're also going to have to make the blade of a sword as a separate NFT or token or whatever.
I hope
and
there's
then
like
craft those together.
I hope there's like a blueprint NFT, and you have to collect certain items to craft certain things, and then only certain level crafters or heroes can craft these items too, right? Incentive to
right, or certain qualities, right? Like maybe level 1 through 50 heroes can only make common, and with like a very small percentage chance of getting anything else. But like once you get to level 100, then maybe it's like 85% of the time you're making rare or better.
I hope there is like a hunt involved. Like I hope there's a level of difficulty to acquire said blueprint or whatever uncharged armor piece or equipment drop or whatever, and then several stages to make that armor more powerful, or complete the frickin' puzzle to get that extra bonus or something. That would be cool. All right, so you are trying to present. I'm just missing it. Here we go. Add to stage. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe the end game, not end game, but higher tier items that is you'll need different or multiple crafters to be able to complete it. So like leatherworking, you'll need to have a wrap for your sword or something like that. And like different craft do different things to build up a like legendary or mythic weapon or piece of equipment. So I like.
Yeah. Let's see. Chat's
Totally right.
loving enchanting, and I get that, right? I think those enchant. You think the enchanters will be making the items that go on the enchantment slots, or what?
Yep.
Okay, so those will probably definitely be super sought after. So yeah, it's probably big business. Enchanting's probably big business.
In
yeah.
oh, you had the ability to enchant with different weapons, and they would glow different colors depending on the enchantment. I'm hoping that they do something like that'd be really
I would hope so. And
That'd
then
be pretty sweet. Or have different effects.
yeah, or like change the color of the
Yep.
attack or something like that. I hope there's like some cosmetic stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like maybe look, other games I've played have had like the item does this and this very well, right? And is like a super sought after piece of equipment or weapon, right? But if you add something to it, it does like this whole new animation and completes like a combo ability, or like makes a combo ability accessible or something. You know what I mean?
I love it.
What if?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that was it. I love it.
He loves it. He loves it. That's it.
What if you had an enchantment to where it added whatever element that crafting hero had as an enchantment? So like let's say for like Archer, right? You had a lightning enchanter that came through and did an enchantment to where now he had like a lightning attack. And or if like wind, then you had like a wind attack and stuff, and that would depend on different effects for different enemies.
Oh snap! What if they went the other way also, and like only like the enchanter could only really enchant with whatever element they had. So like if the enchanter had the lightning element, then they would only really be able to do the lightning enchantments very well.
Well, I want to dip into what the chat's talking about too a little bit on this. If Maddie says, interesting, if armor smith or blacksmith level determines the amount of enchanting slot a piece of armor gets, right? I mean, we're speculating here, but still. See, and
Like that.
Well, I think we've already seen that the amount of slots, at least thus far, correlate to the rareness, right? You have the common, you have the rare, and you have the mythic. Common has 1 slot,
yeah, so
rare
far,
has 2
right?
slots, mythic has 3 slots.
Here we go.
But I could also see that.
But as
relate
far
to
as
the level,
crafting
right?
these
Like
things,
up until, but like right, crafting them up until like level
crafting
50,
them's a bit
you got
different,
no
right?
shot at making something mythic. Like you might have to be level 90 or above to even have a chance of making something
Yeah,
mythic.
true.
True.
True. Well, I remember them saying the blue crafting abilities will be able to do things that the other ones can't, right? Didn't they say that along the way?
I know they said they're better. I'm not sure they've said anything like
So
that. They may have.
they've said they're better, so that can mean one of two things. They are able to craft sooner than the other ones because they got blue crafting, or maybe they're able to craft higher end items. Okay, maybe the other ones can't craft higher end items. I don't know.
That passes the sniff test. I like it.
Yeah. Obviously, I wonder if the level of the crafter will play into the role of the level of the armor, or like the gear score of the armor.
Ooh.
Like
Why?
I could
you can have a
definitely.
bunch of level, and I'm assuming that like the lower the level, the longer it will take, and the less kind of items you can make, right?
Right.
The higher level in the blue crafting, the faster and less cooldown you have to make these items, right? So that those heroes are more profitable within the crafting ecosystem, right? I would assume something on the card's going to make it like that. And right now we got like but we got the blue crafters and the non-blue crafters, so the aligning crafting. And what else, like what else can we talk about crafters? Got anything else for
Oh,
it?
totally.
I think you're right. I think there's going to be like definite tiers out there, to where whether it's the maybe like, and you know what, maybe there's tiers of equipment too, right? That like you have to be level tier 20 before you can even wield this armor and this weapon. So
True.
your crafter has to be level 20 before they can even make it.
What about this too, though? Like, so maybe because I know they're like to be
Yeah.
all inclusive here too, and they say that all heroes can participate in most activities. Like they're saying, basic classes can stand up to certain. It's about the player in PvP and PvE and stuff, right? So
Uh-huh.
maybe with this crafting, god damn it, I'm so fucking linear. I didn't even smoke either. Maybe that's my problem. God damn it, dude. You should see me and my brother on a road trip. This happens to us back and forth like 10 times. Yeah.
You guys should record that.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It's ridiculous. You will end up saying they're both children. They're both just fucking children.
I mean, we're men. That's not the way it works. We're always a bunch of man children.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably not the pot in turn. It's probably something else, you know. So for my memory anyway.
But the pot plays into it.
I don't
But-
know. I don't know about that.
I do hope that certain craftables are locked behind certain levels. Just because, let's say, eventually we have level 100 heroes. I don't want a level 20 hero being able to craft a 100 piece of equipment. So
I came full
Yeah,
circle. I
I'm
came
with
full
you.
circle, so I'm going to interject before it's gone again, real quick, right?
go for it.
Send it.
So, like in PvP and PvE activities, they want a basic class to be able to stand up with the right user or player to certain other classes. Obviously, certain other classes and builds and heroes with stones and more padded stats are going to be better. But like in crafting, maybe and I'm just speculating here because maybe it's not, but maybe all heroes are able to craft certain items, right? But just their class determines, and it being because there's tiers. We already got the list of who's best at what. Paladins are best at tailoring. We know the
Right.
elements, all that kind of stuff. But say everybody can craft everything, right? But it takes significantly longer if it's unaligned, right? And
Yeah.
so
Or maybe just lower quality.
well, that way, the players who don't have hordes of heroes or new players can still craft, and it can still be meaningful to them, right?
True.
But we still that's a fine line too because you don't want to, you don't want to. I think you want to exclude certain items and certain pieces of equipment to higher class heroes and higher level heroes for their utility and their value to hold, right? Because what's the point of going for the ultimate crafter if everybody can do everything, right? So
True.
I hope that that's not the case, but and maybe they've pivoted on that too because I can't imagine he go into these boar hunts with a bunch of goons and friggin' sages and shit and not just slay them 10 times faster than some knights, archers, and priests. You know what I mean? So
Right.
no.
On another note, DFK Con 2024. Any
Oh, yeah.
info on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to that one. Is that the one that's in Utah? Salt
Yeah,
Lake City?
Utah, Salt Lake City.
Is it?
Utah.
What month is it?
I haven't heard of this.
What month
There
is
we
it?
go.
Month I don't know.
Listen, there better be some snow bunnies. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, what is there to do in Utah? I'm just curious, by the way.
They were thinking of maybe piggybacking off of another DFK event. Maybe.
Oh, that's right. The Sticks. What is it? Or intern? What is it? What's the event? DFK
I think
Con
KP knows it
is
too.
going to pivot off of. What's the other event that's there? Is that permissionless? What is that? That's not.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay.
Salt Lake
Yep.
City?
Permissionless.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Huh.
Okay.
KP came through. I heard it on KP's a vid with Brovia. I finally watched that one today when I was working, and I was bullish the entire time I was listening. So I had to bring it up tonight on stream.
So many good content creators out there. We're at the bottom of this, and then there's like a bunch of dope content creators, and then there's Sticks Intern, and then there's Ultra Gringo, and then there's below everybody else, right? Does that sound about right?
Pretty much.
Modesty.
I still got my training wheels on, but soon I'll be
You know what I'm stoked to do after this stream? And real talk, I've had a busy in real life this week. I can't believe I pulled off all these streams tonight, and I was looking for help too. Didn't get it except for my two dudes right here showed up. Appreciate you guys.
Bad love.
But God, where was I going with that? I'm all over the place right now. What were we just talking about?
DFK Con. You handled a bunch of streams tonight.
Oh, handled a bunch of streams tonight. I wasn't just patting myself on the back. Where was I going there? You know what I mean? Like,
you're talking about different content creators.
Oh, different content creators, right? Okay, so after the stream tonight, that's right. How could I forget you, Maddie? I can't wait to catch up with the Bogside boys. They were on hiatus. I'm pretty sure they were just pissed that the Giants suck, but they're back, and I'm stoked that they're back, dude. And I'm gonna check them out again tonight. I heard their chemistry was on fire from KP, so I'm gonna definitely check that out after stream. Go check the Bogside boys out. They're back and in full effect, so don't miss them. Maddie, when do you guys stream? Because it's been so long, I forgot. Can you post it in chat? He's probably in bed.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen one of their videos, so I'm happy to hear that they're gonna be posting again.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, we're at an hour and 6 minutes. Are we ready to end this stream, or are you still fighting boars? All right.
Mama Boar is almost through.
All right.
So
You're doing better than me.
Sorry, Bogsides is coming on when? I can't see chat, but I would definitely want to jump in there.
Yo, Tuesdays, what time on your East Coast timeline, Maddie? Tuesdays again.
Appreciate you, Maddie. Looking forward to that.
Yo, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Which,
6 p.m. for us over here.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter. Fast forward this.
So they also talked about doing a speed version where you could skip animations on boar hunts.
That needs that. I was hoping that.
I mean, I guess, but
holy beacons. They think they need to like double that up and stuff whenever it turns into your hero. And when you have a holy beacon and then a bleed and another holy beacon, it's like it just taking time away. It should just 2x it and then just keep on going. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it when it's your turn over and over and over again, right?
That, or you could even do something like turn static effect animations off, so you don't even see them. Like it just maybe shows the 3 icons stacked above you.
True. Yeah.
There's definitely ways to do it, or I mean, just double time. Like go back after this video, just take the audio out and put the video in 2 times and talk over it. Can you? I bet we could, and I bet it'd be a lot easier to watch.
Oh yeah.
I know with Splinterlands, they had that early on, and it was great. It was like you go at 1 speed, 1.5, or 2 speed during the battles even. And yeah, it was nice to be able to go up to 2 speed. Like it was great having 1x speed when you're first learning the game. But then as you get a hang of it, you're like, screw that, 2x. I want to burn through these matches and get more in.
I just want to dance, baby. Right?
Right?
There we go. Mama Boar's down.
Oh, we're gonna end this with the dub. All right, I'm gonna open up the stage for shameless plugs. If you got any, barring any technical difficulties, which don't really count or matter, Ultra Gringo. When do we hear from you next?
Wait, say it again?
I said, barring any technical difficulties, not that those fucking matter. When are we going to hear from Tavern Tales again?
We're going to be back next week. So we're every 2 weeks, and probably come New Year's, we're going to be going full throttle every Friday. So six tiers.
6 tiers.
So.
I got 2 more tiers than you. Step your game up, son. All right. Well, I want to thank chat for coming out. Maddie, Bogside Boys, good to see you guys back at it. The kingdom's a better place when you guys are bickering on camera. I love it. Tell Guy Kid he talks too much and to just shush while you talk. And Ogre, do you have anything that you want to announce? We got Crystal Kraken coming up on Friday. What else we got going on? Also, we have every Thursday Ogre's Alpha. He was on the road this week, but that's an every Thursday thing. You got anything else? Ogre, you're on mute. Oh, Ogre's gone. He was like, screw it. He said the stream was over. So, all right. Well, it's 1 hour, 10 minutes. The shit didn't burn to the ground. You guys make sure you let Starbuck and Mosh know I don't even need them. Okay? Tell them I got this. All right?
Anytime, we'll hold it down.
You guys are awesome. Keep being the best community in Web3 gaming altogether. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. And we'll see you on the floor. Peace.